Here talking more liposuction, fat transfer, and how to get rid of these bellies without that darn tummy tuck. We don't like big scars. We don't like terrible recoveries. So we're trying to get this done for you and change your life. If you have some like these big bellies that's hanging down, maybe you've gone to a plastic surgeon. They told you needed a tummy tuck. I'm here to share an alternative view for you and let you know that it is possible to do something different. It is possible to get rid of these bellies and make that fold go away, and you don't have to cut away the skin. It retracts amazingly. It's incredible. It really is. So I'm answering any questions that you might have today. For any of you who are ready to change your life now, and you've watched these videos, you've seen all of our pictures, and you're ready to change your life, the next step is to get your quick quote. We have this, and even if you're not ready right now, you're just curious. You can literally get your quote immediately, no pictures or anything. We're going to base these quotes off of your BMI. It categorizes you, tells us the volume of fat that needs to be removed, and so we can quote you based off of that. Now, keep in mind it's a generic quote. Things may change a little bit, but it'll give you a good idea of what our pricing is. And if you're serious, you want to move forward, the next step is getting your formal consultation where we get to speak with you. I need to speak with all my patients. It's very important that we make that connection. So if you're serious, if you're ready, do the formal consultation. That's the next step before you get your procedure, because we gotta make sure we get the right plan for you. Nayeli, I was just saying that you can get your quick quote immediately up on Facebook. There's that link up there. Now, interesting thing with Facebook is you can't just click on the link. They're not letting you do that anymore. You have to copy and paste the link and put it into a browser. There's been some new changes with Facebook, some privacy issues, and because of that, the links that we are posting are not working on Facebook. So copy and paste that link and put it into the browser. Alternatively, you can go to our website. All of our consultation options are there. Okay, Nina says, how many weeks can I actually sit down without my BBL pillow? I'm 3 weeks post-op. Now, I want you to kind of start to understand why you are following those rules, Nina. The rules is no pressure for 2 weeks and limited pressure for 2 months. The studies actually showed that the first 2 months after fat transfer is the critical time period in which the majority of the fat is lost. And so the reason that they're saying that the fat is lost is when you compress, you sit down on these areas or put pressure on the areas, the pressure collapses the blood vessels, the small blood vessels that bring in the nutrients and oxygen to the fat. And if you collapse those blood vessels, it's almost like, if you imagine, it's like choking off the fat. So the fat is not getting the nutrients, not getting the oxygen, and it's more likely that the fat doesn't survive. So it's in your best interest to do this. And the reason why you're not sitting on it, the reason why you're not putting pressure on it, is because you don't want to collapse those blood vessels. And ultimately, the results will fall onto you. And so nobody knows how much pressure you can put on it safely. Nobody knows what's going to happen if you sit down for a period of time. Nobody knows if you drive somewhere and sit down on it. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But if you don't get the results that you're looking for, the questions that we're going to start asking is, were you sitting on it? Did you follow the rules? And if you didn't follow the rules, then the consequences are the consequences, and ultimately they fall on the patient. So after you get these procedures, it's important to follow the rules. If you don't follow the rules, then the outcomes will be different. For example, when you do liposuction, you have to wear a compression garment. If you choose to take the garment off early, you may get more swelling. If the garment itself causes irregularities, it's possible that the garment causes irregularities. And if it causes irregularities, those can become permanent. Again, that consequence falls onto the patient, which is why it's important for the patient to follow the rules and make sure everything's smooth and even. We supply lipofoam after the procedure to help alleviate some of these ridges and things from the binding up the garments. There's also other products that you can get, like lipo boards, which all of them are meant to make sure that the front of your abdomen doesn't bend and fold. Okay, where are you located? We are located in Las Vegas. Short flight from anywhere. About 85% of our patients fly in from out of state. So we try to make it as easy as possible for you ladies. Nayeli says, how long after a tummy tuck and lipo 360 do I have to wait for this procedure? So interesting thing. So obviously, many of you people know we don't do tummy tucks here. However, I've had a rash of women, and I'm calling it a rash because it sucks. A rash of women who have had 360 lipo, BBLs, and perhaps even tummy tuck uh, elsewhere within the last year, and they're unhappy with the results, and now they're coming to get it all fixed over. In fact, today, uh, we had a patient from New York. She flew in. She had her patient. I'm sorry. She had her procedure up in Syracuse area. She said she did a lot of research on this doctor and felt like she was good at what she does. And so she got her procedure. She got breast lift, 360 lipo, and fat transfer to the butt. And afterwards, she was not happy. The results were mediocre at best. In fact, when I saw her, I had no idea that she had anything done because it wasn't obvious at all. And she's just one. That was just today. I've had about 5 of these patients in this past month. That same situation where within the last year they get 360 lipo, and now they're coming to get that fixed because they simply don't take out enough fat. So I'm hoping that I can save some of you today. If you're considering going and getting a tummy tuck or getting 360 lipo somewhere else, please do your research. Please do your research because it really sucks to have to fix these. It's a lot more difficult. The results are not as good, and there are limitations. So get it done right the first time, and you don't have to worry about it. What's up, Kale?
There you go.
Okay, Nina says, thank you for your time and answering my question. No problem, Nina.
We talking about that poor girl earlier before I walked in that went to New York and, got basically, paid for a liposuction procedure but didn't get any fat sucked out?
So, how would you feel if you went to the cheapest place and you got this procedure and the results sucked? And then afterwards, now you're like, now I got to get it fixed. And you know what? If we didn't do the work, we're not giving you discounts. And in fact, it's more difficult to do a procedure the second time, the revision. So now you have to pay perhaps more even to get it fixed. So why not take the time and do a little research? Go talk to our patients. We've created this group where you can go on our private Facebook group and communicate with our actual patients, see actual pictures. These are actually our patients that post the pictures. They're not pictures that we take in our office. They're you can see they're in their house, right? Yep. So this is the real deal. Go do your research, find out the information. If you want serious change, get your quick quote. It's really easy. Real easy.
Yeah, tragic, she probably paid like what, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000?
More than that. She had breast lift with implants. And supposedly they did liposuction on her back area, which she says she didn't have any bruising. So this is the thing: is like once they put you to sleep, you don't know what they do. Oh, yeah. It's total nonsense. But the crazy thing is, this stuff is happening many times. It's not just one patient. Like I said, 5 patients this month have had the same situation within the past year. So please, I hope that I'm going to save somebody today.
Yeah, and the bottom line is look at the surgeon's before and after pictures. Make sure they look like they're real photos and not photoshopped. Mm-hmm. And then, ask if you can talk to a couple of his clients, talk to a couple of the patients and get some real information. That's what we give you. We give you access to that on the Facebook support group to where you can contact a couple of previous patients or a lot of previous patients, and you can quantify, wow, did they really do what they're supposed to do? Or did they do what they said they were going to do? Absolutely. And you do it every time.
Experience is very important. So the number of procedures that they do, think about it, the number of procedures that they do is how much practice that they've had. And so if they've done thousands of patients before you, that means they've had a lot of practice, and so they're not practicing on you.
Absolutely. Real quick question from Claudia. Claudia says, can you get the procedure done if you have hypertension and diabetes? Absolutely. Oftentimes, this procedure, by removing a significant amount of fat, improving your body habitus, your blood pressure requirements will lower, as will your diabetic state. So talk to your primary care provider, okay, after you have the procedure done, and make sure that you monitor it and follow it closely. But yeah, it can improve. It can improve both of those disease states.
Torres Ray says we should be on TikTok.
Dude, we're working on that, man. We just don't have enough time. Yeah, he's got 3 kids. I've got 3 kids. We're still married.
I won't even let my kids look on TikTok. I don't have
Mhm.
TikTok myself, and I don't like TikTok. TikTok is a Chinese company, and if you don't realize what's happening to you on social media, you should go watch on Netflix. They have what's it called,
Social dilemma.
Social Dilemma, and it shows you like they're raking in all of our data, and they're tracking everything. And it's one thing when you have an American company doing that, but when you have a Chinese company doing that, I think it's dangerous, dangerous. So I don't let my kids do it. I don't look at TikTok. I know I've seen it and I know it's good. I know you guys like it, but it's not good for the country in my opinion. Is it possible to do it in Netherlands?
In the Netherlands, like,
Yeah.
listen, if you
I
want to
want to
pay,
go there.
if you want to pay for us to come over to the Netherlands, pay for the for us to ship our materials over there, our equipment, then absolutely. Yeah,
And then we'd
yeah.
have to get licensed. That'd be awesome. I would love to go to the Netherlands.
I wonder what the restrictions would be as far as like medical providers out there.
Don't they have in the Netherlands? Don't they have the what's that place? They have legalized everything out there: sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
I don't know.
I forgot what it's called. Amsterdam. Yeah. Okay. Claudia, you're welcome. You got a Spanish one there.
Yeah, ¿cuántos libras puede perder con una liposuction todo el vientre y espalda? Bueno, no sabemos de verdad, Myra, porque cada persona es diferente y la densidad de grasa es diferente en cada persona. Pero lo que va a notar es va a tener un cambio en cómo se ve, ¿no? Y cómo se queda en el cuerpo, porque vamos a sacar la grasa. No sabemos cuál es el número por la escala, pero tendrías que comprar más ropa, diferente ropa, porque su propia ropa, lo que tienes ahorita, no va a alcanzar. So I just said, I don't know how many pounds they're going to lose, but you're going to have to buy new clothes.
Yeah. Hey,
you're going to be able to see the difference.
What would you say if this lady here didn't lose any weight? Would the results still be okay? Because the truth is that liposuction is not about losing weight. So we're trying to get you that shape. We're trying to get you that hourglass. We're trying to make your butt defined. We're trying to make that belly, that folding belly go away. So it doesn't really matter the weight. If you stay the same weight but you get the results like this, that's still a very successful procedure.
Absolutely. And there's a question mark after the word pain. I'm not even sure how to address this other than the fact that, listen, what is it going to take your body to get into shape and get slimmed down to the point with what we can provide? I think it's probably going to be a couple of years of in the gym 6 days a week with some heavy dieting. How much effort and pain are you going to have to go through to lose that kind of weight? We can do it in 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, we can really get aggressive with you, and we can change the way your body looks really, really in a short amount of time. And so, yeah, I mean, is that worth some discomfort? Yeah. Yep.
So I think that the thing that you need to think about is really there's a cost to everything, and obviously there's a financial cost to this. However, there's a time cost. There's also a discomfort cost. There's going to be recovery afterwards, and it's, that's going to be that's a cost of time and effort for yourself. So this is not just a pay your money and get your magic done. It doesn't work that way. You see the pictures, the before and afters, and they're amazing, but it doesn't happen overnight.
Yep.
Anna Soda says she needs it done by June. If you want to get your results by June, you should be getting your procedure now.
Yep, let's get it done. Let's get you squared away for summertime. Let's get you into a bikini. Let's get you enjoying the summer with your family, with your loved ones. Let's get you in that mind state where you're not trying to hide whenever you go to the pool.
Yeah, so ideally, so those of you that are trying to prepare for summer weather, like some specific event, like a wedding or some sorts, you want to give yourself a good 2 to 3 months prior to that event, so you can have full healing and recovery, so you look your best for the time.
So Nayeli has an interesting comment. I'm 3 months post-op liposuction with a BBL and a tummy tuck. I would like another lipo, so I want to know how long do I have to wait for the smart lipo? So bottom line is, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate that you underwent a surgical procedure, liposuction with a tummy tuck, and there's still fat. I mean, that's what they do. They don't do a whole lot of liposuction. They cut, They pull tight, they do a little bit of liposuction, they pull tight and they stitch it together, but you still have a lot of fat there. So we end up doing a lot of patients that have had tummy tucks that still have quite a bit of fat there, and we take out the rest of the fat. It looks great, it does, but why waste your money?
Yeah, this was the same one that I think this is the reason why I went into that long speech. So I never answered you, so sorry. 6 months is ideal, but perhaps longer, particularly with the tummy tuck, because the wounds don't heal very well. So you may need to give it more time. So it's we just have to see how you are. I would at least a minimum of 6 months, but ideally the wound has to be healed, because the worst case, we don't want it to open up.
Midway baby, can I record my procedure? No, I'm afraid you can't record your procedure. We can get some cool video, like pre-op, and we can sit down and we can have a discussion, we can talk. You can, we would even get on your particular video feed and we'd discuss with you. But yeah, when we do the procedure, listen, we're hyper focused. A lot of these procedures take a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of work, and so we have to stay really focused. Oftentimes, bringing in like a camera crew or somebody that wants to videotape it, it's not very conducive for what we do. So probably not.
No, it is possible. Obviously, we've done the live procedures, but it's a big production, so it's something that we plan beforehand. So it's not like every patient has the option of doing the live. It's not. That certainly doesn't work that way. If there's a reason to do it, we might consider it, but it's not something that we do on a routine basis.
Listen, if you have 8 million followers and we want to make a production out of it and use it as a marketing tool, then we basically clear the day, okay, and we'll bring you in, and it will be exclusive to you, and we will make sure that we cater that to you, and we will get it done efficiently. But if you're scheduled on one of our regular days where we have 5 or 6 of these in a row, then it's just not very conducive time-wise, okay?
So Yaz Soto says, I don't want to get cut off. I want the light one sucked. Okay, so you want liposuction, not a tummy tuck, and that's who we're trying to save. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. We can help you. These are all people just like you that are trying to avoid the tummy tuck.
So Came Out of Lady says, why do other doctors put patients to sleep? Listen, there are 2 different. I mean, there's probably there's more ways of doing this, but the general anesthesia liposuction model was one that carried a lot of risk. You carry a lot of risk from going under general anesthesia. They take you to as close to death as they can, and they have you on a machine and they're breathing for you. You can have a reaction from that. You can never wake up from the anesthesia. If you're on the table for too long, you bleed out. And so those were the issues that they were having, and it was causing a high rate of mortality. So therefore, this dermatologist said, hey, why can't we just take the medicine, the numbing medicine, inject it right into the fat, and then just take it out, and they're awake the whole time, and it's a lot safer. So that's what we do. We do that technique, okay?
It's significantly safer.
Significant. There's never been a death from tumescent liposuction.
And it's more cost effective. If you do your research, go research in liposuction deaths. Every single one of those come when it's under general anesthesia. Every one of them. Nobody dies with a local anesthesia the way that we do it. Significantly safer. It's much more cost effective. And our patients walk out of the office feeling good. It doesn't have to be in a hospital. So when you do general anesthesia, it has to be in a hospital, which the cost is astronomical. If you've ever been in a hospital, they charge about $100 a minute for the OR time. Did you know that?
No,
it's freaking ridiculous. It's like $100 a minute. It's ridiculous.
I can only imagine. Yeah, so Colombian QU, so she says, so yeah, let influencers go live. Yeah, listen, if we're going to go ahead and commit and you're going to be part of our marketing thing and you're going to help generate buzz for us, yeah, we are going to take a separate day, one of our days off, and we're going to go ahead and make a production with you. We do that. However, we're not going to be able to go ahead and schedule on regular days when we have 5 or 6 procedures.
Okay, Lizette says, does the price include anesthesia? So the anesthesia that you're getting is local anesthesia, which you're awake the whole time. And again, as we were just saying earlier, significantly safer and more cost effective. Those of you who are asking these questions about the anesthesia, general anesthesia, it's only plastic surgeons that do it the old way still, only. Yeah. And so they never adjusted, they never evolved their practice into the new way of thinking. So they continue to do the old way, which they're going to continue to get old results. So you want the new stuff, you want the better stuff, then you go with people who are doing it the new way.
So Midway Baby says 360 lipo. So that just Midway Baby, that just refers to the area that you're treating. So abdominal 360, as far as a procedure in liposuction, refers to a big circle all the way around your midsection. So it treats the front of your abdomen, the lower abdomen, upper, the sides, and the lower back. That's 360 degrees all the way around.
And so you can see what that creates. It creates this hourglass figure. It makes that hanging belly go away. And you can see how the curves that we're able to create on the side. So you go from a boxy shape to a curvy shape. And we're creating those elongated curves. You see how they start really low on her waist, and essentially her waistline was lowered down. And if Granville can put some pictures up of someone on the back, we'll see that when we clear out the lower back, it defines that butt and it makes your butt pop out. And this was no fat transfer here, which is actually really interesting to see, because all we did was a liposuction, and you can see how well it shapes the butt. Now her butt was already there. We didn't do anything to her butt. All we did was take out the fat above in the waistline.
Oh, Yaslin. Bueno, si quieres un precio en cuanto a lo que hacemos, tiene que ir a nuestra página de web. Hay un lugar donde se puede hacer un clic y poner su información y sacar un presupuesto breve o rápida, lo cual es una idea de lo que va a costar si estás interesada, y cuando estás listo a fijar una cita con nosotros, tiene que pagar $100 para hablar con nosotros. Hablaremos en cuanto a cuáles son sus metas, vamos a hablar en cuanto a la cirugía y el método, y después ese $100 está parte de su cirugía si se fija una cita para cirugía, pero tiene que ir a nuestra página de web para sacar su precio, un presupuesto rápido.
Yaz Soto says, how long do I need to be off of work after surgery? So obviously that's going to depend somewhat on what kind of work you do. Our statistics have shown that people say that they're able to get back to sedentary type work within 3 days after the procedure. We had a patient today. She was a repeat customer. Last time she came in, she had a 360 lipo. Today she was getting her upper body treated, but she told me that last time, I don't know if you heard this, that last time she after the procedure that night they went out to dinner and to a show.
She said she walked down on the strip and went and hung out. Now keep in mind, she has some medical conditions, she has some back problems, and so she was, well aware of what chronic pain is, right? And that's what this comes down to. Like, your body can tolerate a lot, you just have to have the mind with it in order to understand what the process is. And so, if you're one of those persons that's, that is very in tune with their body, and you understand what life is being a human and having some pain, you will probably be back to work, in a day or so, right? But we typically say 2 to 3 days. There was another comment, from the Colombiana. It says, my doctor says I need a tummy tuck. What about the loose hanging skin? So this patient right here, we did liposuction. Look how big her belly was.
Oh yeah.
And there is no hanging skin, none.
Yeah. Okay,
so listen, if you believe the surgeon or whatever, go get a tummy tuck. If you want to see what we do, jump on our page, jump on our Facebook page, get in the support group. You can see all of the photos, and you can absolutely verify for yourself that none of these people have had tummy tucks and that the skin retracts.
It's quite amazing. So if you're small, if this is possible with a large person, it's a slam dunk easy case every time if you're a lot smaller and don't have that much skin.
Absolutely.
Colombian.
Can we repeat what we said? I'm not sure what we said. We said a lot of things. If you want, you can just take the video and go back and you can rewatch it. Absolutely.
Or just ask the new question.
Yeah.
We'll say that these, a lot of people ask the same question, so we'll say the same thing over and over.
So esta semana ya mandé mis fotos. El lunes me dijo Susie que me iban a mandar precio, ya no llamó y que necesito hacerlo lo más pronto que posible. Bueno, Bueno, tenemos otro sistema y tenemos algunos, no sé cómo se llama eso, pero hemos tenido algunos problemitas con eso. Entonces, si uno habían enviado su información y todavía no hemos contactarte, bueno, que llame a la oficina y hablar con Susie o Catherine para que ellos puedan enviarte su precio, ¿ok? Porque queremos ayudar a todos, ¿ok? What was her name?
Anna.
Anna.
She's got another one here. What's
Okay.
up, Jackie? Después.
I don't know what this... Oh, bueno, el proceso inflamatorio se demora por lo menos un año, ¿ok? Pero entre los primeros 3 meses es cuando se va lo más distinto, ¿ok? Entonces, después de algunos meses todo va a mejorar y bajarse, ¿ok?
Okay, where are you located? We're in Las Vegas, short flight from anywhere. About 85% of our patients are flying in from out of state, so we try to make it easy for you. So if you're serious, you want some change, we're awesome, and we can definitely help you out. The people that are flying in from out of state, a lot of the reasons why is because there's simply nobody close to them that does this all the time. This is all we do. We focus on liposuction, we specialize in it, and we do way more than anyone else, which makes us better. And the reason is we've gotten more practice. That's simply it. It's repetitions. You got to do this stuff a lot.
Yeah, so anytime that they try and prove or disprove anything in medicine, they do what they call case studies, right? And they try whatever hypothesis they have. They try, that medication or that treatment, and then they get a lot of different outcomes, and they see, what the kind of norm is, and then they understand it better. Well, listen, a lot of the other guys, they do a lot of the other things as well. They cut, right, with the tummy tucks. They do breast implants. They do facelifts. That's what they do, okay? We only do liposuction, so we get a lot of patients. And so we've seen how people respond. We understand how the body responds and what it needs. And so we've gotten very good at taking out large volumes of fat in one setting.
Naomi, to reiterate again, if you've had a tummy tuck, we would want to wait a minimum of 6 months. However, it's dependent on how well the scar is healed. We don't want the scar to open, so that's the big concern. So we need to assess that and ensure that it's not going to open during the procedure.
So not on line yet. So what are you doing to lines in the skin? So lines are basically where, as you're healing, you're getting that scar tissue to form and attach the skin to the abdominal wall. And that's just where you're sitting down and the lines just occur from where the natural folds are. So we make sure that we use a foam and compression, and we want you to stretch out quite a bit. And sometimes you might even need some energy treatments like the Venus Legacy machine or some of the radio frequency treatments that'll help with that.
Here's a question. Depende de las personas.
So she just answered it.
Oh, so it depends on the person. Sometimes 2 or 4 months. So she was trying to say for the tummy tuck, right? Yeah. So again, the tummy tuck is we really just need, and this is with any surgery that you have within the area that we treat. Typically, the recommendation is 6 months, and again, we need the scars to heal.
Bueno, si crees que el piel va a caer después de liposuction, tiene que ver nuestras fotos porque hemos hecho un montón de cirugías donde el piel se regresa al estado donde estaba antes de se engordó. Es algo increíble, pero el cuerpo es increíble y su piel se regresa y no necesitas un tummy tuck.
Sarah, one of our previous patients, said, "Oh my God, you're growing your hair." So, it's obviously you guys are keeping track. So it's been since August of last year. I have not cut my hair. So I've grown it from shaving my head to as long as it is now since August. I think it's about 6-7
So I
months.
kind of like this side of him, with these curls and stuff. It's just a softer, gentler Trevor. So yeah, we're gonna keep encouraging.
It made me nicer. What is the quiero saber?
I want to know.
Okay.
Quiero saber.
Se
puede hacer liposuction 360 y transferencia y lipopapada en el mismo tiempo? Sí. Eso es la papada, sí, estoy
Chin.
correcto, sí. Y podemos hacer Lipo 360 alrededor y también transferencia y la papada si tengas un tipo de cuerpo y un tamaño. Si necesitas un montón de grasa sacado, quizás no, depende de cómo es su cuerpo. No tenemos que evaluarte para darle una respuesta. Pero yo creo que podemos.
So, what is this? No hanging skin.
No hanging skin. Ha ha. I'm not sure what that means.
So, I don't know if you don't
Look,
believe.
here you go. Here you go. You want to see? This is no hanging skin right
Yeah.
there.
You don't have to believe. Just look.
Yeah.
You know, and this is one. We have many of them. Go to, you know, if you don't believe, go to the private Facebook group. There's lots of our previous patients that are there, and they're sharing their story, and it's real. It's the real deal. It's not us. All these pictures are not ours. These are the patients which we took from their social media, which because they were showing off and they were happy.
And for the people that are asking how many pounds, I don't know, right up here it says 230. And then the other picture is 157. So she's down from 230 to 157. And that's probably not just liposuction.
Right.
It's probably, lifestyle modifications as well.
You get this one here.
Yes, Colombian, we only do liposuction. Yeah, listen, if you want the most amazing results, you want people that are very proficient in this medium, then give us a call. Let us take a look at your body. We do not do tummy tucks. What we do is we sculpt your body and we bring out the natural curves that you already have that are hiding underneath those layers of fat, and your skin responds very well, and you're able to give yourself a new look, a new appearance just by doing liposuction.
What's up from Puerto Rico? I like it there. Have you been there before?
Never been.
Beautiful place. They had a huge hurricane. It's still struggling. It's been years. Puerto Rico's awesome. So we got Puerto Rico, we got Holland.
Listen, Mary Ramirez. Yo llamé para una cita y pues no me atendieron bien. Muy arrogante se portaron. Bueno, I'm sorry, Mary.
Say I'm arrogant?
So somebody was very arrogant and very blunt with her. Bueno,
that's probably me.
Disculpe, Por
Lo
favor.
siento. Is lo siento? That's,
Yeah,
I'm
lo
sorry.
siento.
Lo siento.
Yeah.
Okay, you only do lipo. I want liposculpture. Liposculpture is just a term. It's just a word.
Yeah, liposuction, liposculpture. It's semantics is what it is. We're just it's lipo it refers to fat, lipo, lipolysis. We're just removing it.
So this was someone asked about the hanging skin. So this was actually a recent patient who, she was obviously a bigger girl, and you can see that we removed all the fat and the skin tightens up. This is 2 months out. Now the exciting thing is she's still very swollen. And so you can see how that fold has almost gone away completely. It's still slightly there because she's still swollen. As the swelling goes down, that's gonna go away completely. So you can see that there is no hanging skin, and this is the myth that the plastic surgeons get people. They get you by telling you that there's gonna be loose hanging skin, and so therefore you need a tummy tuck. That's the bullshit.
Yeah.
And so
it just
you gotta be able to
takes a
see
while.
through it. You gotta be able to read through it.
Yeah, it just takes a while for that skin to catch up to all of that fat loss that we remove, and it's gotta, the collagen's gotta, become reestablished, and that oftentimes we expedite that with the smart lipo laser, and your skin retracts, and it turns out amazing.
So, ¿cuánto cuesta cada areas? So how many areas?
Bueno, Lucy, tiene que ir a nuestra página de web. Hay una manera que hacemos donde se entra en su información, hagas una clica y desde allá, bueno, hay algunas categorías según su cuerpo, su tipo de cuerpo, y puede analizar y ver, usar nuestros métodos para que sepas un precio rápido, un presupuesto rápido, y después de eso que nos llama y podemos hablar contigo. Entonces no cobramos por área, tienes que ir a nuestra página para sacar los precios.
Jackie said, you got to protect your investment, stay the same weight or continue to lose weight. That's good. I'm glad we got to keep spreading that word. People have to understand that if you want to get the best results, then you have to change your lifestyle. And it's got to be in addition to the liposuction. Liposuction is going to get the fat out of there, but if you continue living a negative, poor lifestyle where you're gaining weight, you're just gonna put weight back on.
So Colombian, how long do you have to wait after giving birth? At least 6 months. If you're gonna do it like within 6 months, right around 6 months to a year, we want you to talk to your OBGYN. There's a lot of hormones that need to, kind of like stabilize, and so your body's gonna undergo a lot of changes after postpartum. So at least 6 months to a year. Not online yet. Said I had a car accident. Is it possible to do? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a car accident really is not going to exclude you from doing liposuction. I mean, it's a very safe procedure. We're creating little holes in your skin. We're injecting medicine with our tools in through those little holes, and then we're taking out fat through those little holes. So it's nothing really invasive. We're not going into the abdominal cavity, so we're not going to touch any of your organs. We're not going to go into your spinal column. That's well protected. So there's no reason that just because you had a car accident that you can't have it done.
Spanish one over here.
Hace 3 años me hice un procedimiento con ustedes y me encantó. Yo quiero volver, pero quiero saber cuánto cuenta cada área para hacer liposuction. Bueno, Lucy, gracias por hablar, pero y me gusta que le gusten sus resultados. Eso es lo más importante que sabemos que hicimos un buen trabajo. No cobramos por área ahorita, cobramos por otra manera. Entonces tiene que ir a nuestra página de web para sacar una foto, sacar un presupuesto rápido para que sepas cuánto va a cobrar.
Tatiana Vasquez. I wish I could get some work done. My stomach is saggy as I just want a tight stomach. We can't help you unless you come in. Okay, I can't read that.
Yeah, it's a car accident.
May says you really like the video. You really need your hips to be done. I'm reminded of this quote. The books that you don't read will never help you. So, if you don't actually go through with this, then you're not going to get the results. If you're ready to change your life, it's just one step in the process. The liposuction is going to get you. It's going to get you along your path a lot faster, so we can get you the results quickly. But you have to maintain and get better. So it's a constant improvement of your life.
Yaslin dice, ¿me puedes hacer una cita el martes cuando ella viene a Las Vegas? Bueno, no estaremos Trevor y yo no estaremos en la oficina el martes. Disculpe, pero martes, tenemos que hacer otras cosas, otros lugares, ¿ok?
See, Colombian says she wants a BBL. She's only 125 pounds, has kids, so body has changed.
Yeah, it does that, right? So, having kids, becoming pregnant, it's really quite the process. It's an amazing process. However, your body will never be what it was before. Your pubic symphysis kind of spreads out. You get wider hips. You have some saggy skin, maybe some stretch marks. So yeah, that's what kids do. They're amazing, and when you're ready for them, they're awesome. But that's just that's the price you pay for having kids.
Yeah.
And I'm glad my wife and I decided to have kids because I love every one of them. They're awesome. But my wife was in the same boat. She was.
It's like battle scars.
Yeah, and she was carrying a little extra weight, a little baby weight, a little mommy pooch. And I was able to jump in and intervene and, sculpt her out, and she absolutely loves it. So that happens.
Tatiana says, do you have payment plans? So we have a couple of options. There's a finance company that we deal with. We also do kind of like a layaway type plan where you can make payments on a monthly basis, and then when you're paid in full, you can move forward. What's up, Rebecca in Florida? I hope you're enjoying your time.
Listen, not online yet. Thank you from Holland. Appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Listen, let's get it scheduled. Yeah. Fly us out there. We'll definitely do your procedure. Either that or come here to Vegas and we'll take care of you either way.
No, I want to go to Holland.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. What's the BMI requirement? So we don't use the BMI as a restrictive measurement, it's a inclusion. So we utilize the BMI to categorize our patients and price you. So that the quick quote is based off the BMI, but it's not to exclude you, it's to include you in our pricing structure. So we don't limit people. However, there are some people that we, are too big and we're not able to help. So once you get over the 350 to 400 range, you don't fit on our tables anymore. Tables won't go up. So that's our limitation. But otherwise, we suck fat, man. That's what we do. We're rock stars.
That's right. Colombiana QU says, LMAO, I'm dead. Yeah. Listen, come see us.
It's fun. We have fun.
Yeah,
we suck fat out of people. We have fun.
This is what we do.
Spanish.
Yo
boy.
Bueno, Jocelyn, yo le dije que no estaremos en la oficina, Trevor y yo, pero si quieres, puedes pasar a la oficina y hablar con las mujeres que están en la oficina. Ellos le pueden atender, pero nosotros tenemos que hacer otros asuntos este día, entonces no estaremos en la oficina martes. Disculpe.
When
she wants us to come in on or she's going to come in. She's from California. She's going to be here Tuesday and wants to come in for an in-office evaluation. I said we're not going to be there, but the girls can help her.
Send the pictures first. Send the pictures first. If you want to do that, I mean, the formal consultation is pictures. Send the pictures that we can discuss on the phone. Like, we've done this for a long time. We've seen everything. So it's unlikely you're going to have something that we haven't seen. So just seeing pictures, discussing on the phone, in many cases we can get that solved.
And listen, I promise we will not post your pictures on any website or sell them to anybody. Okay, we'll just keep them, for our information. So listen, feel free, just send them over with confidence, because we want to be able to understand what your body looks like so that we can help you appropriately.
Wendy says she needs an appointment. So the next step, look, once you get your quick quote and you have an idea what the pricing is, if you're serious, we need to speak with you. So that's where the formal consultation comes into play, where you're going to send us pictures and we discuss on the phone with you for 15 to 30 minute conversation and develop the plan and make sure that everything is on par for you. And then you can go ahead and schedule your procedure.
So NG Cueva says, can you perform Lipo 360 and transfer to the butt, the glutes, in the same session? Absolutely. That's how we have to do this. We have to have the fat cells from somewhere in order to sculpt your butt and give you that fat transfer to the butt. We cannot store your fat cells and then have you come back and do a transfer the next day. So yes, we have to do it the same day. Colombian says, can you give me the fake lines in the abdomen? Yeah, we don't do that. That's gimmicky, right? Because your body is always going to be in a static state. It's going to be like moving. It's going to be, you might put on a little bit of weight, and having those manufactured lines, it's going to give you a weird weight distribution. It's going to look all skewed. So you might look good for a little while, right?
It's not long term. It's not a long term plan.
No.
Who wants your muscles carved out of fat? It's not the same thing. Yeah. It's not. I mean, even if it looks like it from far away, it's not the same. And when your body changes, which all of your body is going to change always. We're in constant change no matter what you do. But you get to choose whether you're getting better or worse. So my opinion with this is, we want to get as much of the fat off of your belly as possible, which then gives you the opportunity to show your muscles. But you got to get the muscles first. It doesn't come with, there's no shortcut to getting muscles.
Yeah, listen, if you're 125 pounds, you're a smaller female anyway. It won't take much to get most of the fat out of your stomach area, and then the rest would be up to you. It'd be really easy to get a six-pack. Granville, do you have a picture of my wife in the bikini 3 years later?
Yaz, she says she's a mail carrier, you do really hard work. That's why I was asking. You also have diabetes, you hate the belly fat. So I'm happy that you're working hard and physical. That's good. And it'll help with your diabetes. It'll help with everything. So good for you. And we get lots of mail carriers, so you're not alone. Diabetes it just needs to be under control.
So this is this is like 6 months later, right?
This is Kale's wife.
And she doesn't have the full-on abs, but they're starting to come through. And I wish I would have uploaded the photo from the pool season this year, because she looks absolutely shredded and ripped, and she looks amazing now. But yeah, I mean, this is what we can do. We can take it out of the midsection, you know, and my wife was probably 150 pounds at this heavy point right here, and then we got her down, and she's probably like 130-ish right there, and, you know, you can start to see those abs come through.
The muscles are there, but you got to work it. And speaking from an individual who I was able to accomplish 6-pack abs in my 30s, my mid 30s, and I still have now. But it takes a hell of a lot of work and commitment. So if you're committed to it, you can have it. I promise you can have it. Anybody can have it. You just got to be committed.
Yeah.
Work hard. And it's painful. You got to pay the price.
Sedated Scorpio. That's a cool name.
Sedated Scorpio. That's kind of cool.
Does that mean you're high all the time? I don't know. Oh, look, here's some back pics. There you go. So she's asking for more back lipo pics. All right. So there's the back side, right? There's a fat transfer to the butt.
Look at that. Go from a square shape to the curve. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Look at that upside down heart on that side over there, and then this is just like a boxy. You know, that's the mom at the grocery store with a couple of kids pushing, you know, some kids around, and this is like, yep, oh, I'm ready to get back into
turn stripper mom. Tatiana says, "What's the price range for 360 lipo?" We don't have to tell you your price range because you can go get your quote while we're talking to you right now. Just the link up above in Facebook, copy and paste it, put it in a new toolbar and or search bar, and you can get the price right now while we're doing this. So you don't have to guess anymore.
Lou Breezy says to Sedated Scorpio, she can show you her back pic. So I would assume that she was probably one of our previous patients, Lou Breezy. I think I know who that is.
Sarah says, "What's the most you can take out?" So this is the technical medical term. We can take out a shitload of fat. That's technical. You guys might have to look that up, but we can take out a shitload of fat, which gets these kind of results. So look, I'm joking, obviously, but the truth is like, it doesn't matter how much we get out because everyone's different. We get out enough to get these kind of results. And we're gonna do the best that we can, and we try to create these procedures at a size at which it's safe to get out this amount of fat to get these kind of results. So, you know, look, all you have to know is that these are the results that you're getting. It doesn't matter how much weight you lose. It doesn't matter how much fat we get out. It's the results that matter.
So Carly Lovetta says, how many areas did she get done? I don't know if you're talking about this particular lady or my wife, but they both got abdominal 360s. I did abdominal 360s on both of these, and then fat transfer, okay? So
And if you're asking about areas, you're probably referring to our old model of pricing, which we based off of areas. The new model of pricing is not based off of areas. Please go to our website and do the quick quote. It's really easy. Anybody can do it. You don't need any information except for your height and weight. So it's real simple.
yeah, and there was on YouTube, it says I got a phone consult scheduled for March 30th, which is probably due to the old system.
Yeah, it's a free
yeah,
system.
It's a free one. Listen, if you're motivated and you really want to get, you know, your information and get scheduled, we have a busy schedule, and so every time we dedicate that time to phone consultations, we have to like compensate our time somehow. So that's why we charge the $100, and it shows commitment on your part. It shows, you know, that you're very serious, and so you got to talk to us one-on-one. We come up with a game plan. We understand what your concerns are after you tell us. We tell you what we can do and what your expectations should be, and we move forward. So when you're ready, jump onto our website, schedule the $100 consultation fee. You'll talk to myself,
do it today.
Trevor.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
we do it so quick.
And we do that quick.
So the problem, just so you understand the problem that we had when we had these free consultations, we had about 500-600 people that scheduled those. That's why you're booked out into March. We simply don't have the time to speak to everybody. So a lot of these people just want pricing, and you may be one of them. You just want the price to have an idea of what it's going to cost. That's where the quick quote comes in. You can get the price immediately. So right now, you don't have to wait for anybody to call. You don't have to schedule anything. Go to our website, click on the quick quote, and go through the process. It's quick, it's easy. You get your quote right now. Then you decide you're serious. Okay, now I know what my price is. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to change my life. What's next? Next step is getting that formal consultation where you're actually going to speak to Kale or myself. We can develop a plan and make sure that the quick quote was accurate, and we can move forward. And this can be done very quickly.
So 909 says, do you have a picture of the biggest fupa you've ever worked on? Okay, so listen.
No, we don't.
Well, no, yeah.
I've seen some
We've got some big ones, absolutely. But the one with the, hey, can you put up the silver bikini?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Listen, these pictures don't do it justice, but this was a very large body habitus that we were working on.
This wasn't really FUPA. So FUPA, when they talk about, is that fullness in the pubic area.
Yeah, right down there,
yeah.
down in that section.
See, larger patients, this is a problem for all of them, which is why we include the FUPA or the pubic area with all of our abdominal liposuction. It's just going to be included. We're not, in the past we didn't include it, and I just had a patient today that we didn't do her pubic area, and it's now fuller than her belly, because now the belly's all small, but she's got a full pubic area. So that's why we don't want to do that anymore. We're not going to take that risk of getting bad results. We want you to get the best possible results, so it's just included. Similarly, the smart lipo on the front of these abdomens is just included. We want you to get the best results. That's the whole purpose. That's why we're doing this. We want to make it quick. We want to make it easy for you and get amazing results so you can get to your life.
So 909 asked the question too, is a COVID vaccine mandated, or do you guys require it in order to come get a procedure? We do not. Trevor has...
Man, hopefully by the time you come here, this whole BS with the mask is going to be gone. I heard they're dropping the mask stuff in California.
In other states, absolutely. Yeah. But no, listen, be a good, social citizen. If you're symptomatic, please let us know and we'll reschedule you. We don't want you to be spreading viruses and getting people sick. So yeah,
it's just like the flu, though. You would never go to a place with the flu.
As long as you're asymptomatic, yeah, you can come in.
How can I see if I qualify for your financing? Well, if you go to our website, you can find the link for there's a financing page. It's got the link as well as a phone number you can call or apply right there online for the financing and see if you qualify.
So Steph Martin Brown says, can you refer a doctor near Norfolk, Virginia? Listen.
Yeah, we're in Vegas.
Why don't you,
fly out here.
Like, it's easy to fly into Vegas. There's plenty of hotels. It's really just, I don't know, cheap to fly out here. You can get your procedure. We've got, all of the stuff that you're going to need. We can take care of you while you're out here, and then you can fly back home. So a lot of people do it.
Here's the thing that you need to consider is there someone around you that does it as good as us? And if the answer is no, then you're going to have to travel somewhere. You have to go somewhere away from your hometown to find somebody that knows what they're doing. Maybe you go somewhere in New York, but that lady from New York just got screwed up there and had to come out for us to fix it. So it's your choice, right? And if you want to stay close to you, you may stay close and get bad results. If you want to go get the good results, then you go where the people are that are doing the good work. How much is it for lipo? Get our quick quote, Nancy.
Nancy, go to the webpage.
Go to the website.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a link up above in the post here. You have to copy and paste that, put it in the toolbar.
So not online yet says, thanks guys. How long do you have to stay in Las Vegas before a flight after the procedure? Listen, we would like you to show up a day before so that you can turn down the volume and the anxiety kind of goes away. You can get settled in. You come in for the procedure the next day, and then we want you to stay for a couple of days. That way, if you have any complications or any concerns, we can address them face to face and take care of you. It's hard to take care of patients in other states, but it's not impossible. But we want you to stay for the first 48 hours so we can take care of you.
Sarah Leach says, I'm 275. Would I qualify? I think Graham will let this picture up here for you. This lady's probably about the same size as you, so absolutely we can help you. It's just people that as you gain more weight, there's different limitations or different expectations. So but clearly we get awesome results still. We can get a ton of fat off of you.
So Midway Baby, sounds like you're ready to roll. I will make sure, I'll reach out to Brandy personally and let her know that you are, ready to roll. Okay. And I think the other one was Anna Soto, right?
Okay. Nancy asked how much for light. I mean, look, you guys go get your quick quote. It's so easy. Stop asking pricing questions. Go get the quick quote. It's so easy. Go to the website, click on the link, get the quick quote. I don't have to tell you prices anymore. You can go get them yourself, like as we're speaking. Super easy.
So Nancy Cuevas, yeah, you may have, your body's type might be, the question is, sorry, I didn't explain myself. What I meant is it possible to do 360 on the tummy, lipo on the same visit? Anyway, what I think you mean is your body is probably falling into one of those other categories. All right. So listen,
she can't do the 360.
If you're a certain body type, okay, we want to make sure that this is safe for you, and so we're going to give you the best results that we can, and so we're going to give you our professional opinion on how we need to approach it. If you have a significant amount of weight around in the front of the belly and around the waist, you might be one of those body types that we can't do a 360 all at once. Okay.
And that's safety purposes. We can't take out, there's a certain amount of fat that we can remove, and then there's a certain amount of numbing fluid that we can use.
Yeah.
And so this is all safety. So this is an individual where we treated the front of the abdomen only. And you can see we get a tremendous amount of fat off of there. The only reason we can get a tremendous amount of fat off of there is because we focus only in that area. If we try to do too much, then we do mediocre on all the areas, which that's not what you want. That's not what people, that's not why people come out to us.
So, Carly, with the new pricing, there is phone consultations. However, when you're serious,
that's when you do it.
Pay for the $100 consultation, and we'll talk to you. You can call the office and try and talk to one of the girls. But when it comes to like Trevor and I, we've got a lot of things going on, and so it's hard to take however many phone calls that come in every day when people aren't very serious and they're just looking for price. So that's why we created the system. You can get your just basic price, and kind of, it's pretty representative, pretty indicative of where your body type falls. When you're serious and you want to move forward, schedule the $100. Right now, we're taking that $100 and we're crediting it to your procedure. Okay? If you don't schedule a procedure, we're gonna take that $100 for our time. But bottom line is, this is not an uncommon practice. A lot of places do this. Most places do this. If you talk to the medical providers, if you talk to the surgical consultants, maybe not. But this is how we got to do it.
Yeah, our process is pretty basic. You're gonna get your quick quote, which is, you can get that anytime. You can go right now and get your quick quote so you know the pricing. And then if you're serious, because now that you know the pricing, now that you know what it's going to cost, now if you're serious, or perhaps you have more questions that you want to speak with us directly, that's when you want to get the formal consultation. And then again, it's $100 for our time, but you're going to get us directly, and we work very quickly, so we're not backed up at this point. You can get our quotes, the consultations, a phone call with us within a couple days.
Yeah, so Carly, call the office and talk to one of the girls and see how we can get you expedited if you scheduled a couple of months ago, because we got a new system.
Eli says, I'd like to get a statement for lipo. Is that kind of like a quote?
I think it's a quote. I think there's like some sort of formal offer statement.
I think we've talked a lot about that. I'm getting tired.
Heidi Torres, a couple of days, 48 hours before you can travel back home, before we suggest that you travel back home. Carly Vet. A lot of people are having problems with the FUPA, and this is just kind of like the progression of how people practice, right? Yeah. So we had a couple of these cases where they didn't want to do the FUPA, and we tried to talk them into it, and then after they healed up, they were like, "Oh my gosh, it's so big!" And then going back in there, you had to charge them an extra, whatever. And so we just said, "Heck with it," we'll do it, and it'll make the results look better, and whatever.
Let's take money out of it. Let's do the right thing and get you the best results. So, and unfortunately, people would make decisions based off of their finances, which it makes sense, but because of that, they would limit themselves, and they'd get mediocre results because they just didn't choose to treat the right areas.
Once I pay, how long do I have to wait until my surgery? That depends on how fast you schedule it. Right now there are no spots in February. There are limited spots in March. We've got some openings in April. Call the girls. Once you schedule, or once you're serious and you talk to us, you got your formal consultation. We'll put you on the phone with the girls, the ones that run the schedule, and maybe with all these canceled flights and these COVID things, maybe you might catch a day that works for you that might be in a couple of weeks. Now, there are some requirements. We want you to have some current blood work so we can make sure that your body habitus is doing everything that it should be, and there's no major abnormalities. But that's kind of the rate limiting step, is ultimately scheduling the blood work and then just getting you out here.
Liposuction de papada.
Papada. Boom.
Chin?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Bueno, tiene que ir a nuestra página de web para sacar el precio de eso. Yo me operé hace 5 años, pero volví a a subir. No sé qué quiere decir eso.
There you
Bueno,
go.
si,
Chin liposuction.
ya, ahí está. Si tengas grasa, si la grasa devolvió a su cuerpo a causa de lo que sea, podemos sacar esa grasa también. Tiene que sacar una cita para una consulta o utilizar nuestra presupuesto rápida por nuestra página.
Sasha says, are you awake during the procedure? I like to stay awake most of the time. Sometimes I close my eyes and it worked that way, but most of the time I stay
fall
awake.
asleep. I fall asleep every time.
I'm just kidding. All of our patients are awake. We do this under local anesthesia. I keep my eyes open most of the time. But yeah, it's really easy. It's super simple. We inject numbing fluid into the fat layer, which numbs the local area and allows us to remove the fat while you're awake. It's significantly safer and more cost effective.
So what does the Lipo 360 include? Lipo 360 refers to the area all the way around the waistline, front of the abdomen, the sides, and the back. Your body has to be a certain body habitus in order to do that much work. So just jump on the website, click the category that you feel like your body belongs to according to your BMI, take a look at the pictures, compare, and then then you'll have a pretty good idea if you qualify for an abdominal 360.
Desde San Francisco.
All right. Me gustaría quitarme un parte de mi estómago. ¿Cuánto me costaría? Bueno, yo no sé el tamaño de su estómago. Tiene que utilizar nuestra página de web para sacar una presupuesto rápida. Si tengas más, si quieres más información, paga por esa consulta y podemos hablar y ver sus fotos.
What medication do you get with local anesthesia? So local anesthesia it's lidocaine is a numbing agent. Epinephrine is also used to constrict blood vessels, so it reduces bleeding during the procedure, and it's all diluted in a saline solution. ¿Tendrás fechas
Ya, sí, bueno, eso es una cirugía bien chico, bien rápido y me imagino que podemos fijar una cita bien rápida. Si quieres, tienes que llamar a nuestra oficina, ¿ok?
Make sure you repeat the question.
Oh,
'cause these
so,
are Mira.
¿tendrás fechas disponibles para la lipopapada temprano? Y sí, claro, tenemos. So do you have surgery dates that you can do the
Yeah.
chin? We do.
Rebecca says she's trying to show off her belly.
Becca, I read somewhere that
appreciate
you're
that.
traveling by yourself somewhere.
Yeah,
I
she needs
saw
a
that.
break.
Yeah. Listen, Rebecca, when all else fails, just reach up with a backhand and
Oh, don't say that.
just go. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Love your son. Love your son.
She's a black belt in karate, man. He'll kick
is
your
she?
butt. No, not she, her son.
Do we both perform liposuction? Yeah, we both perform liposuction.
How much do you have to weigh to get lipo or a BBL? There is no weight limit. If you want a BBL, you got to have enough fat to do a fat transfer. So if you're too skinny, don't have any fat, then clearly we can't get the fat out. And on the opposite spectrum, if you're too big, and there is the too big falls, like I said, if you're over 350 to 400, you don't fit on our table anymore. So
Yeah. So Carly Vance says, for the estimate that she has now, basically, is it going to last till summer? Because she's a teacher and she's not going to be able to get out here till June. So they're good for 6 months. Yeah. And even still, when you're ready or you're getting close to April, May, give us a call and we'll just make sure that everything's copacetic and we can.
they asked about the quote.
Yeah, I think she got a quote.
Oh.
Now, and she's just waiting, hoping it's going to be valid, and
we're going to do the quick quote thing again, and whenever it is. So right before you come, if you changed weight, it's your quote can change, and it can go up and it can go down just depending on what your status is.
Liliana, si fumo, me puedo operar la papada, la lipopapada. Sí, pero recomendamos que se pare de fumar porque no es saludable por su cuerpo, ¿no?
So Sarah says that she wants to get an aggressive 360 lipo, and I think Sasha, was the one that was 275. So our larger individuals, we have to treat the front of the abdomen first. So we have to break it up typically into 2 separate procedures, and again, it's to maximize the amount of fat. And you can see the picture up here behind us. This is a larger individual that we have to do just the front of the abdomen first. But you can see when we do the front of the abdomen, we're super aggressive. Super aggressive. We get all that fat out of there, and the belly retracts back quite nicely. So the next step would be then to get the waistline. So that's creating that hourglass figure.
1, 2, 3. Isa Love. Hello. Hey, what's up? How are you?
What's up, Audra?
I'm glad you jumped in.
Okay, how much do you have to weigh to get lipo if my height is 5 foot? Again, there's no weight limit. If you want to get lipo, then you got to have fat and you got to be healthy.
Healthy is a relative term.
Right.
You have to be, no major medical comorbidities. We'll take a look at your medical history before we set a date. And, like most people, because this is so safe, most people qualify. I mean, I would say 99% or 95% of people qualify. There are some disease states that, we're concerned about. We take extra precaution when that occurs. And very rarely have we turned people down.
So Carla's asking how many areas did the person get? You're probably referring to our old pricing structure where we base things off of areas. We don't do it that way anymore. We're doing more like package deals. So I want to get the best possible results for you. So I packaged everything into the common problems that people have. So we got everything around the waistline. So I break this down into 3 different categories or sections. So you got your upper body, which includes the chin, the arms, the underarms, the upper back. And if you have it, that buffalo hump back there, we do all that because typically people, as you get larger, you have all those problems. So let's make it all awesome. In the midsection, we all the way around the waistline. As you get larger, we have to break that up into 2 separate procedures. And then the lower body, we have a couple of options, but you can do the inner thighs and knees, and then the outer thigh as well as the banana roll, and that's all narrowing the thighs out. Some people are a little bit larger, may need the full thighs.
Do you provide any type of happy gas or anything equivalent, or just the local anesthesia? Listen, we've done a lot of procedures, and we've found that you don't really need any of that stuff if you're prepared mentally and you understand it for what it is. Okay. I mean, there are options in some doctor's offices to do the happy gas, the nitrous oxide, but listen, we want you awake. We want you to experience this whole procedure. We want to take care of you. We want to make sure that you're doing well. We don't offer the nitrous oxide, but we do a lot of procedures, and every one of our patients do pretty well.
You got a Spanish one here.
That's the same one that you just read. Yeah, there was another question on YouTube. If I'm considered anemic, can I get liposuction? Yeah, that depends on the type of anemia that you have. If you have like a chronic microcytic anemia or chronic iron deficiency anemia, and we can identify it, then we can get you started on some iron supplementation, and we can make sure that your levels come up. If there are some other anemias that we are concerned about, in that case we make sure that you consult your hematologist. But yeah, I mean, it does not exclude you from getting the procedure. We do a very thorough medical screening exam and make sure that you're an appropriate candidate, and make sure that you're not going to have any problems by undergoing this procedure.
Evelyn says, I'm 5 foot tall, 200 pounds, and I want to get my tummy tuck done. We don't do any tummy tucks, so I don't recommend it. Obviously, if that's what you want, you should go to someone who does tummy tucks. But all of our results are no cutting. Even these arms, look at these big arms and just hanging.
What up, Raquel? She says she's 55 days post-op, 360. Thank you guys for all the joy I experienced from this life-changing, and I bet she probably meant to say event or whatever. What's up, Raquel? Hope you're doing well.
Oh, here's Rebecca. She says, I was 215. I love my results. There you go. And no tummy tuck again. Okay. How much for removal of extra belly skin? We don't do that, Eli. Again, all of the procedures that we do are no cutting of the skin. No cutting of the skin. All of our patients are looking to avoid tummy tuck, avoid the classic cutting surgeries. All of those surgeries have many, many complications, and when you cut away the skin, you get these nasty, ugly scars. So it's not necessary in most cases. However, it's a choice, and if you choose to do that, then that's your choice. It's just not something that we do.
Yeah, and what's funny is, like, Eli, you've been on the video for a while. We've talked about that quite a few times. We do not cut. We do not do any type of plastic skin manipulation.
Okay, the quick quote you're saying is not working. You got to copy and paste that link and put it in a different search bar, or just go to our website, myshapelipo.com, and you can go from there. There's a problem with the links through Facebook specifically. It's a privacy issue. Interesting thing, right? So Facebook, since they can't track the link, they just don't show it. So there's been some privacy issues with Facebook, which is why their stock went down by like 26% in a day. They're unable to track things the way they used to track things, so they're having issues. Part of the issues is those links. They're not able to track them out when you click on a link and go outside of Facebook. They can't track that anymore, so they don't even want you to see it. So go to our website, myshapelipo.com, and go through that way.
Yeah, so there's a couple of questions. Can you do an in-office consultation? So this system that we created is supposed to give you a really good idea of what your ballpark price is going to be. Okay, with COVID and what's happened with in-office consultations, we've kind of like slowed way down on it, and we do virtual consultations. If you are absolutely adamant, we can schedule a time. Contact the office and see if you can get it set up. Okay. There was another thing. There was kind of just a random tidbit of trivial information. How did you guys both get into liposuction? My story is I was, in emergency medicine, and I realized that is not going to be conducive for family life over the course of 25 years. And most of my colleagues have either been divorced or had some sort of strain in their relationship. So I was, I'm always looking for something that's going to go ahead and give me a better skill set. And I came over about 5 years ago, started training with Trevor. I used to work with my hands. I was in construction. I was like, oh man, this is kind of cool. This is a cool medium. And the difference in practicing medicine in an ER setting versus what we do now in liposuction is most people say thank you. Everybody is like super excited to be there.
And happy.
Patients and they love the results. And I love getting texts at like 3 o'clock in the morning with pictures in bikinis saying, oh my gosh, I love this. This is awesome. It's so infectious.
Yeah.
So that's why I do it. And Trevor's story is a little different, but it still kind of follows that same pathway. I'll let him tell it.
You want me to tell my whole story?
Well, just kind of like the highlights.
Well, I've been doing lipo for 15 years. I kind of fell into it as a fluke. I got lucky because I got fired from a job and I was lost. I didn't know what to do, and then I found liposuction. It found me, maybe, I don't know. But here I am, 15 years later, over 15,000 procedures, and magic happens. It's amazing.
Sí, ya sí hacemos consultas en español. Cuando se fija una consulta en español, vas a hablar conmigo o quizás una de las mujeres de la oficina. Pero si pagas $100, yo te prometo que voy a hablar contigo en español. Es español de un gringo, pero todavía estoy mejorando cada día. Y bueno, ahora vemos.
Jenny says, do you guys do fat transfers to the hips? Technically fat can be transferred to anywhere. When you say hips, though, I don't like making butt square, and when you say hips, to me, it's higher up on the butt, which makes the butt square, so I don't like doing that. I like making that upside down heart and hourglass figures. Just look at our pictures, you can see what we do.
Yeah, how long is the downtime? Somebody's coming from out of town. Before you're suggesting they go back, 48 hours after the procedure. We like to make sure that you're in town. If something happens, we can help take care of you. Okay.
Eli says, before surgery, do we need to lose weight? You're 5'2", 162. No, Eli, go get your quick quote. You can see exactly what it is for your size.
Listen, 162, 5'2".
It's not that big.
It's not that big, and I guarantee you that we can totally change the way you look at your life, at your body, and in the matter of a couple of hours. So get the first step by getting the consultation, and we will absolutely talk to you.
Hey, can you go check the website and make sure that the link is working on the website? I know there's a bunch of people saying the link's not working. Again, it's not working on Facebook. So go to the website, or you can copy and paste that link and put it in the search bar.
Was that Scott? Was that a dude that said that? Scott?
No, someone. They're telling Scott that they want this.
Oh, I wonder if that's like a like like somebody's husband saying, "Yeah, this is what I want." That'd be a great birthday present. Hey, yeah, I'm
It's
sending you out to
47.
Vegas.
It's 47 years old. Too old for liposuction. That is crazy, Maria. You're not old at all. 40s, like 40s, the new 20s.
Yeah.
It's working. I'm in.
Yeah. So just go to our website, myshapelipo.com, and the quick quote link works there. The link's just not working on Facebook. So you can copy and paste it, put it in a new search bar, or you can go to our website.
Sonia Ramirez, I think it's Rangel. Si tengo bastante felicidades, eso se puede componer con lipo. Bueno, tenemos que ver su cuerpo. Cada cuerpo es diferente. Yo no sé lo que se refiere. Me imagino que es el piel. Pero tengo que enviar sus fotos para que podamos ver lo que tienes.
Sonia says, "Where you from?"
Where you from? Originally, I'm from Arizona.
I'm from LA.
Yeah.
I lived in New York. I lived in Utah. I'm all over the place. I travel a lot. I am a world resident. How many patients do you see for the procedure? Lots and lots.
Whoa. I think that might be a loaded question. She might be asking, hey, are you going to be tired at the end of the day?
Oh, that's crazy. I'm
no.
like marathon.
Listen, we're right as rain. Right as rain. So, the people at the end of the day are going to get the same type of detail-oriented work as the people at the first of the day.
Clearly, you haven't seen these muscles here.
Yeah.
Okay, what would the chin surgery cost roughly? It's $2,500, but go to the quick site, the quick quote. It's really easy. The answers are all there. I know you guys keep saying the quick quote's not working. Go to the website, it works there.
Yeah, so Shannon, this is just a way that we can put people into certain categories that are similar in body type.
You gotta repeat the question, dude.
Oh, sorry, BMI. wait. So she's referring to the BMI. Trevor always says it makes no difference.
Right.
So why now? So this is just the way he set up the system, so that we can put people in certain categories.
It's an inclusion, not exclusion.
Yeah.
And so I didn't like it before, and when I talk shit about other doctors, the way they use it, because they use it to exclude people. They say we won't do lipo unless you're under a BMI of 28 is usually what they say. So we're not excluding people, we're categorizing them. We help much larger individuals, but the issue we were having before with the area structure is this, like, when you get larger, these areas don't fit onto the people anymore. So we had to come up with a system that would categorize larger individuals, which would allow us to structure the pricing.
Rosalina Ram, ¿dónde están ubicados? Estamos en Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay.
Okay. Do you do payment plans? We do. We have a finance section on our website. You can go click there. There's a finance company that we deal with, and we also do payment plans. Like, it's kind of like layaway for lipo.
Listen, I gotta get. We've been going at this for 75 minutes, 77 minutes. My kids are waiting for Dad to get home. So.
Okay. Okay, when or what category does a pubic area fall in? It's just included in all the abdominal stuff. We're just gonna do it now. Diabetes type 2, does it have high risks? Absolutely. Diabetes is a higher risk at any procedure that you do. You're a slower healer, more higher risk for infection. But with that said, liposuction reduces your diabetic profile, so we may reduce the amount of medications that you need and get you in a better health state. So thank you guys so much for stopping by today. I appreciate you stopping by. Please, if you're ready, get your quick quote and just get your basic quote. And again, I know the link doesn't work here, so copy and paste in a new search bar or go to our website to get that quick quote. And if you're ready, when you're serious, once you know your quote, you know your number, and you want to move forward or you want to speak to us directly, that's where the formal consultation is. It's $100 for our time. So when you're ready, we need to speak with all of our patients. We want to make the right plan for you. So thanks again for coming by, and we'll see you next time.